I have no beef with anybody. Pause. I'm looking past it. So Jay-Z, if I've offended you, I apologize. Lyor Cohen, if I offended you, I apologize. Steve Stout, if I've offended you, I apologize. Just because you don't have the same morals and principles, it's cool. I'm not angry no more. I did what I had to do. I was a little aggravated about Aaliyah, so y'all just caught the brunt end of it. It was therapy.
What's going on, people? Make sure you go and check out carmarshall.com. Over 100,000 new and used cars from dealers. You shop, you see what you like, negotiate prices, and get you a very good deal. Make sure you go to carmarshall.com. The link will be in the description box. What is going on, people? Jaye the Black here, back with another video. What you heard at the beginning of this video was audio from a promo that Dame Dash was doing for DDTV, Dame Dash TV. Okay. And he's apologizing to different individuals that he has spoken out about. All right. In particular, y'all know that Dame has had a lot to say about Jay-Z. Apologize to him. Lyor Cohen, Steve Stout. Even apologized to Jim Jones, Biggs, a guy who helped build Rockefeller, who they started out with. He decided that this was the right time to apologize. Now, people are saying that he may be doing this because they had the Rock Nation brunch and all of those successful brothers together in one place may have made him feel some type of way. But this video could have been recorded, weeks ago. We don't even know. But it's public now, okay? And he's using apologies to promote his Dame Dash TV. I don't know if it's a special or a channel, whatever he's doing. Which is good marketing, It's good marketing. But people want to know whether this apology is sincere. Now that's only one portion of this video. And if you look at the title, it says what black men can learn from Dame Dash apologizing to Jay-Z, Lyor Cohen, so on and so on. I really believe that Dame Dash is a very passionate guy. I think he lets his pride get the better of him. I think he wants to prove that he is a man's man. He wants to prove that he can be successful now without Jay-Z, that he has not really been as successful as he has touted himself to be. Doesn't mean he hasn't made money. Doesn't mean that he hasn't done ventures that have worked out. But it has not been to the level of success he had when he was with Jay-Z. And also, when you look at the fact that Jay-Z has done nothing but soar, through his business dealings. I think one of the reasons why Jay-Z has, because Jay-Z was the guy with the talent. Jay-Z was the guy with the talent. Dame Dash was the mouthpiece. That's how they worked up until they broke apart, when Jay-Z felt like it was in his best interest to leave Dame behind. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but there's a video clip of an infamous a rant that Dame Dash went on to the Def Jam staff when he found out that Jay-Z was leaving. Jay-Z was going to do his own thing. Because Dame Dash had developed so much power at Def Jam through Jay-Z. But once that situation soured, Jay-Z went on his own. What do you have? So he got paid money to go away, basically, to do his own thing. And that's what he did. But Dame Dash, I think that his pride and the fact that he's constantly has been dissing Jay, I don't think it's all been rooted in business. Because from my understanding, there was a situation about Beyonce. Okay. You know, Jay-Z wanted him to pretty much stay away from Beyonce because, you know, she thought he was a bit of a creep. Now that's their side saying this. Even though Choke No Joke said this, was a producer for them. And the only reason why he was able to get with Lyor was because the relationship wasn't public. And we really didn't know they were dating each other until she passed away, unfortunately. Or maybe a little before that. But they did not have a public relationship like that, you know? And I think that Dame has never gotten over the dissolving of Rockefeller because that's all he had. That was Dame Dash's identity. And his identity was stripped from him based off of Jay-Z making power moves. I don't blame Jay-Z for leaving Rockefeller. I really don't. Jay-Z did was in the best interest of Jay-Z, which is what we all should do. We should all will do what's in the best interest of us. He stayed as long as he could and worked with Dame and Big as long as he could. He felt like it was in his best interest to strike out on his own, and he's been successful. I can't say he made the wrong move. And what us as black men can really look at with Dame Dash. Dame Dash is a guy, again, who let his pride get the better of him, who would not let the issues between him and Jay-Z go. He kept talking about it, becoming more and more bitter about it because Jay-Z was more successful. Jay-Z had Beyonce. Allegedly, that was one of the issues that, you know, really dissolved that partnership. And he just allowed that to put him in a position where now he's apologizing years later because he realizes he's on the wrong end of history. And you as a black man, you can't afford to be on the wrong end of history, especially when you're in the entertainment industry. Now, everybody has their theories about this situation. This is just me speaking on the apology. Now, let me get to Lyor Cohen. He called Lyor Cohen a culture vulture. Dame Dash went in on culture vultures, okay? Now, as a black man in the industry, if you're making money in the industry, you're a CEO in the industry, you want to protect what you're doing, right? You don't want to see non-blacks continually to control the narrative, but you see that. I don't think Dame Dash is really sorry for what he said, especially about Lyor Cohen, because I don't think he was lying. I really don't think he was lying. Those guys were at Def Jam around the same time. Okay? And we have to look at the situation from, you know, one standpoint. Now, we'll say this, though, with Lyor Cohen did start a lot of this back and forth between him and Dame. And it got it really to his tipping point when he claimed he didn't know who Dame Dash was. Come on, bro. You don't know who Dame Dash is. But I guess that's sort of like upper, you know, Jew speak. You know, I'm up here and, you know, you're down there, so I'm going to say I don't know you. You know who Dame Dash was. He made Def Jam a lot of money. Him being a CEO of Rockefeller and all. And bringing in those guys, you know. And then Dame goes and posts about him, calling him Lyor Cohen and calling him a culture vulture. Why is he making money off of black people in the industry? Why don't he make money off of his own? And that's a very good question that will never get answered because they know they can make money off of us, you know, because we don't have control over our own intellectual property. That's why when you see guys like Chris Brown and others gain their masters, it's like, wow, because years ago, that would never happen. Because these companies want to control those masters through life and through death. They want to control the master so they can continue to make money off of it. All right? And he apologized to him. Listen, I understand you doing things out of emotion, but, you know, never apologize for the truth. You know, that's one thing that we all can learn from. I'm not saying that you should be disrespectful, but you got to keep it logical. You know, keep it logical and truthful. That's the only way you will truly be respected. And for Lyor Cohen to claim he didn't know who Dame was, I think it was just his way of trying to distance himself, belittle Dame Dash and his accomplishments. And I think he did deserve to get called out. But I think, you know, but I also say this, Dame has made statements about Lyor Cohen. You know, in 2014, he called him a fake CEO. And in 2015, he called him a culture vulture for attempting to discredit him. All right. So maybe that was Lyor Cohen's way of not answering any questions about Dame. But you can't be out here acting like you don't know who this guy is. Maybe you're distancing yourself. Maybe you're like, this guy's talking about me. I don't want to answer questions about him. Fine. But people are still going to see you and guys like you as culture vultures. Now, again, I don't know if the Rock Nation brunch really got to Dame. But again, this apology to all these guys, this thing could have been filmed weeks ago, months ago. We still really don't exactly know. But it is cool to see him squash beef with these guys, because these guys are still very influential in the industry. They are, you know. Now, as far as Steve Stout, he called him whack, said he's the most dangerous man in hip hop, and not in a good way, you know. We all remember when Steve Stout had that situation with 50 Cent, you know, and it was a lot of talk, you know. Photo speaks 1,000 words, you know. And again, these guys know each other. They've been around each other. So maybe them seeing that, you know, and they seeing the type of people that these guys are, even if they're very influential, you know, these guys can be petty. I think Dame was being petty. And again, maybe the Rock Nation brunch got Dame in his feels, but I truly believe that this Dame Dash TV thing is something that he's been planning for a while. And I think that these apologies could be used to promote that. But one of the things we have to learn from Dame is always think logical. Do not allow your ego to make you broke. Always humble yourself to your shortcomings. If you feel like you're strong in these areas, but you're not as in other areas, then you might want to take the best possible route in order to shore up those weaknesses. And you can't shore up those weaknesses by attacking people. You just can't. Now, if people come at you, you have every right to respond the way that you choose to respond, you know. But the thing is that when you're out saying things about people who are not saying anything about you, you're burning bridges. You never want to burn bridges. Don't burn bridges, because once you burn bridges, there's no coming back from that. Dame Dash has burned so many bridges, there's no coming back from that. Now, maybe Jay-Z will take a photo with him again. Maybe Jay-Z will invite him to a show, but as far as them being business partners again, I seriously highly doubt it.